Hello, my friends. Today's date is November the 6th, and this is a reading for you if this is your birth date, or even if this is an anniversary or a special event date, but primarily it's a birthday reading for this year. It's a 4 card pull, a general energy card for the year, a challenge you might face this year, an action you can take to stay in balance this year, and an outcome or synopsis card. So, what is the general energy card of the year? Well, it is the Starborn. And the Starborn are those people who recognize that they are connected to the stars, that they are connected to the universe, that they have come in with a sense of a mission and a sense of a purpose and a sense of connection that is divine. And we all are. We all are born this way with our star born. We are, as soon as we crown, we have an astrological projection of what our life will be like by the way the constellations laid out. We are also connected because the stars birthed us. Our RNA and our DNA came in on meteorites to impregnate this Earth, and many of the minerals and materials came from other stars in order to form us, to let us be born into this particular experience of our lives and of our humanity and of our connection to vital source. So the starborn gets that on a very deep level. And if they haven't gotten it yet, they're going to keep being informed of it until it really makes sense that you are magical, that you have a connection to your source, that you can do really amazing things, and that you have some kind of purpose that you know that you're here to do, and you're excited and willing to do it on most levels. But you have to recognize first, I think, that you're the starborn, that you are connected to the amazing universe and the amazing pulse of golden particulate matter that comes down to form us, in our beauty and our experience of being humans on this earth. So, what is your challenge? Well, it is temperance, and what is temperance normally is learning about how to not give one's power over to things that take you out of balance. So it's about learning how to hula dance between the tsunami and the volcano. There's that beautiful image of, if you go too far to the volcano, you're going to get burned, but if you go too far to the tsunami, you're going to get drowned. So it's about learning how to dance in the middle in your life. It's learning about not have to give your power over to drugs that may make you less than yourself, over to sugar that may make you less than yourself, over to alcohol that may make you less than yourself, over to thoughts that keep you down and keep you locked into some kind of abysmal place, that you're not worthy, that you're abandoned, that you're bad, that you're evil, that you don't have the right stuff, that you're not good enough, that you're not powerful enough, that you have no ability to say what you need to say. Those are all things that can take you out of your truth and out of your star born energies. So, your challenge is to not give yourself away to negative thoughts, negative events, negative pushes to find something that doesn't have the meaning that you really need in yourself. The push for money, the push for power, the push for fame. Those are all things that can take us out of our sense of being starborn, but they might be the things that also need to bring us to the sense of our starborn. So this is about looking at the things that you give your power to and give your power away to. And if you're giving your power away this year, you have to look at yourself and say, why do I want to give all my power away to this drug or this experience or this thought or this sense of powerlessness? And how can I take my power back? Well, that is what the action to take is all about. The prairie dog is in a lot of ways about retreat. It's that he's that standard that sits outside of his hole looking around, very ever watchful, so that he can grab a little bit of food, take it back to his den, feed his family, and he's on watch. And when he's aware of some kind of danger, he runs into his hole. Or if he feels safe, he goes back into his hole and he hibernates in his hole and he feeds in his hole and he has his family in the hole. And this is thing about retreat. You need to go into retreat this year. Maybe that's an actual physical retreat for you to break some kind of addiction. Maybe that's just a retreat that says you have to go and listen to your emotions. You have to go and listen to your heart and your spirit that's inside of you, that's not being allowed to manifest clearly and cleanly and succinctly in your life. You have a mission. You have something you need to do. You have something you're called to do. That's powerful and needed in this universe. And how do you find that? How do you remember it? Well, you have to touch the beauty inside of you as a child. You have to touch the beauty inside of you as a human. You have to touch the beauty inside of you as a sacred being of light and power and truth and connection and joy. And in those places, can you find a deeper connection that has meaning for you than in the superficial things that we often give our power to, the fame, the money, the drugs, the sugars, the alcohols. And those things aren't necessarily bad, but if you do them too much, if you give too much power to them, they will take your power from you. They won't let you have your power back quite often until you really do a retreat, a cleanse, a rejuvenation, a letting go of things that don't serve you in your purpose of finding some deeper truth and deeper connection to who you are. And thereby is the final card. Um, and I think this is a soul card that doesn't have any explanation, purely intuitive. I think this is about opening your eye to yourself, opening your sacred eye to yourself, and learning how to love some of the pains that are inside of you, and listening to the inner child that says, I need to be taken care of. I need to be listened. I need to have some of this power back, because the only thing I know how to do as an inner child is to eat sugar to make myself feel a little bit better about myself. But ultimately it doesn't make one feel better about oneself. So what is sugar saying? Well, I want some sweetness in my life because I don't feel like I have enough sweetness in my life. So I have to take in more sweetness, and that is a temperance game that needs to be looked at. And that's the same with anything that one gives one power to, that drives them in a way that is more discouraging and destructive to oneself than not. So this is a great year to come into focus about what are the things that drive you, and how can you learn to be more temperate with them while you follow your true course of action as a star-born being with some kind of divine mission. Go into your retreat, go into your prairie dog mode. Remember, you're the star-born. Develop some ways to temper some of the urges and splurges and insufficiencies in your own mind, so that you can be stronger in yourself and find your balance and find your strength and work towards your goal. Aho.